Hello, beautiful people. I'm Chris Maddox. I'm the founder of the Wild Woman Project and Wild Woman Fest. And I'm speaking to you today because we always meet like this at new moon time. And the new moon is upon us. So I just want to say I'm at my kitchen table right now, which feels pretty sweet and intimate. And the reason for that is my office is 75% full of things for Wild Woman Fest, which is coming up really shortly at the end of August, which many of you will be joining us for. So that explains the new casual location. And I just wanted to say that because I'm so excited to see so many of you on the mountain so soon. We're getting really amped for another year. This will be our 5th year. So if you are not coming to Wild Woman Fest, maybe you'll consider it in future years. So with that being said, let's move into our theme for this new moon. So if you're new to the project, you will quickly notice that every moon cycle we carry a theme, and it's a theme that we carry collectively. And we initiate it on every single new moon. So many of our people in our community either lead or attend a Wild Woman Project circle in their local community, and they're happening all over the globe. Some enjoy tuning in and tapping into the theme from home in a solo kind of way. So to each her own on that. This theme is all about the heart. And we've been in this almost year-long journey of moon cycle by moon cycle, sort of focusing on a different area of our physical bodies and really aiming to explore and feel into it so that, you know, little by little, we are getting more and more, you know, quote, embodied. And what that means essentially is that our consciousness is really living inside of this creature, this animal, this house, this flesh that we are. So this is the second to last moon cycle in this big journey we've been on. It's an important one. We're just talking about the heart, right? And the heart is a miraculous organ. It's a muscular organ. It's so strong. In fact, you know, it's one of the first ways that we know that a human is growing inside of a woman's belly is because we see, you know, that flickering light, and we know that there's a heart beating in there. And that heartbeat, all of us had that experience, that first heartbeat starting. And if you're watching this, that means that your heart is still beating, and it has continued to beat for you. And it will continue to beat for you until your time on this planet at this time is over. So the heart is this incredible companion, and it's doing so much. It's literally keeping us alive. So it's extremely essential. And it exhibits a kind of loyalty. It exhibits a kind of vitality, you know, like I'm going to keep showing up for you and showing up for you and showing up for you and keeping you alive and working, and you don't have to think about me. I'm going to beat for you anyway. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to do this as best I can for as long as I can. So the heart is this beautiful organ inside of us which beats. And, you know, if we think about the body as a kind of tool for our own inner guidance or intuition, the heart, this region, so the anatomical heart, and then the surrounding areas, so the whole chest, even the upper back, and, you know, the metaphysical heart. The tantric yogis talked about the anahata chakra here. That's the 4th chakra. It's the heart chakra. It's the middle chakra, the bridge between the lower chakras and the upper chakras. So this heart is so kind of at the center of it all, and is really available to us if we really tune in, so we can notice what's going on for us inside in terms of our inner sense when the rhythm of our heart changes, when we notice that it speeds up or it slows down. We can notice when we feel in the metaphysical heart like a kind of buzzing or expanse or energy, pulsing there. This happens a lot when we fall in love. We can really, really feel the heart. And at the same time, on the other side of the coin, when we experience a loss or we experience grief, where does it pain us but the heart, right? And the surrounding areas, maybe the upper back. So this moon cycle, we have this invitation to really be with what's going on in our heart, in our chest, and to feel it and to breathe into it. And to just, it's about awareness. It's not about, achieving some big goal. Our intention to hold this for the moon cycle is to say, hey, heart, I know you're there. I know you're beating for me. I'm listening. I'm with you. And even, you could spend the whole moon cycle in some kind of a meditation on the gratitude that you may experience for your heart, to keep going and to hang in there, and to do so without needing you to think about it. How amazing. So you can be in whatever relationship to your heart. The suggestion is to really turn your inner ear in towards the heart. And the suggestion is to really feel it, feel your heart. If you have a practice of running or walking or hiking or dancing, you might notice how your heart feels as you engage in those activities. If you have a practice of doing yoga, for instance, you might try more chest openers and back bends, and just sort of feel into your chest and your upper back as you're doing that. And just moment by moment, breath by breath, you can, when you remember, listen to the heartbeat. Because it will be there for you in this constant pulsing that it does. So if you've been following along and engaged in this theme that we've been in, this in the flesh theme that we've been doing for about a year, you'll know that we have been looking as our bodies as a mirror of the body of the earth, right? So when thinking about this theme, we're really thinking about the pulse, right? So there's in our bodies this constant pulsing of the heart and the blood flow from that muscular organ of the heart doing that. And we're feeling that the movement inside, or we're experiencing it whether we're conscious of it or not, but there's a pulse going on in us constantly while we're alive. Now, in the body of the earth, there is a different, I think, more subtle kind of pulse that's happening. I almost want to lay the question at your feet, what do you think the pulse of the earth is? Movement of the earth. It could be the vibration. And it's to feel the pulse requires a subtle kind of sensing. But you kind of know if you walk into a cave that place has a kind of feel to it. It has a particular kind of energetic rhythm that you can sense into if you want to. If you open yourself up and you breathe and you really allow yourself to kind of get out of the logical mind and get into a sense of subtle perception. So you might go into a cave, you might try to see what the pulse inside, you know, in your backyard feels like, what the pulse in your favorite spaces on earth are. You know, maybe there's a space that you go to. It could be your local church, or it could be your local music venue, or like wherever you go that you love and that uplifts you and that is sacred to you for whatever reason. You might go in there and say, what is the pulse in here? What do I feel in here? What am I sensing in here? Because there's a constant flow, and there's things going on energetically that our naked eyes cannot actually see. But if we get kind of practiced at it, we can really start to sense it. So this is our theme for the cycle. If it is exciting to you or interesting, piques your curiosity, and you'd like to initiate this moon cycle with some flavor, you have a couple of options. Number one, you can find a Wild Woman Project circle near you. So there's a link below this video, but there are circles in 17 countries around the world, and you can expect in those experiences to be led by a trained facilitator who will lead you through visualization and sharing and ritual. And it's just a really great way to start the moon cycle with intention and in a conscious, heart-centered community. If you prefer to go the solo route, maybe your circle's not happening at a time you can go to, or there's not a circle near you yet, you can download your new moon retreat. I made it myself, and it's a digital download, and it's a meditation, which will take you really deep into your heart and get you really ready and prepared to create an intention. It also has this really beautiful PDF that I made. It's like a little mini magazine, and it has all sorts of extra information about the moon cycle. It has suggestions about contemplations for the moon cycles and practices, and it gives you actually a little mini ritual outline that you can do totally on your own at home for the new moon. So you can do one of those two options, and or the obvious third option, which is just do it however you want. But I hope that you know we'll be continuing to discuss this theme and offer free resources and things to think about throughout the moon cycle. So make sure you're signed up for Wild Woman Weekly-ish, which you can do at wildwomanproject.com. It's right there on the top of the page. And we contact you once a week-ish. So if the idea of leading space or holding space and, leading a women's circle in your local community sounds exciting to you, and it's something you want to explore, we do have a training coming up in the fall. It's 7 weeks long. You can do it from anywhere. It's always an incredible group of women coming together from around the world. And we offer tons of content, tons of support. So check out the link below this video if that's something you're interested in. We'd love to have you. And finally, I am wishing you the sweetest moon cycle, full of life force, that vital life force of the heart, that you can keep remembering pulse by pulse, breath by breath, the constancy and the strength of your heart. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you can find us over at thewildwomanproject.com.